Hi, Kapun Pisa here. You know that religious beliefs are the cause of all the problems today. There is psychosis. It's mental illness. All religious texts, the Abrahamic text, the Bibles, the Qu'rans, and the Septuagint, they all demand blood sacrifice. And they were created by ancient people ingesting entheogens, the sacraments, hallucinogens.
A quarter or a fifth of the Quran contains words which have been misunderstood, or words which don't make real sense. That number can be vastly reduced with a knowledge of Syriac to, let's say, 5%.
It happens in all religious texts. They all mistranslated and interpret differently.
Or Syro-Aramaic had become one of the dominant languages of Christian liturgy by the 3rd century. Christ spoke Aramaic, and it can still be heard in remote Christian communities like this town of Malula in Syria.
There is no proof that he existed, people. So they assume that he existed, but there is no evidence.
But at the time of Muhammad, Syro-Aramaic was the major written and cultural language of the whole region. Written Arabic was in its infancy.
Let's not forget, religion started in the Roman Empire all around here. Okay, until it disintegrated. In the 4th century. But in the meantime, before that, Julius Caesar was the Christus, and Augustus was the son of God and all that. And Mary was the mother. That's where the whole thing, the nonsense came from.
Muslim scholars of the past had the confidence to acknowledge foreign words in the Quran. In the 10th century, Al-Tabari, one of the most respected commentators, identified Hebrew, Latin, Greek, Persian, Abyssinian, and Syriac words.
There you go. Lots of words.
Is that Luxembourg is claiming new meanings, and at a time when critical examination of the text is actively discouraged.
All the Abrahamic religions, with all the fairy tales, originated in the Roman Empire. Everybody seems to...
How can one professor of linguistics challenge the collective judgment of more than 1 billion people? And on what basis?
Because he knows more than the billion ignorant people. Language
evolve and beliefs evolve. Today we know that we create God with our brain. We don't need all this crap of God today.
Using these methods, Luxembourg examined some of the most obscure passages of the Quran.
It happened in Latin too.
After Mary has given birth to Jesus, in the Arabic Quran, the angel says to her, "Be not sad, your Lord has placed a rivulet beneath you."
Remember, in this case, the Lord means a penis. It's the object that causes orgasm. Everything is related to a penis.
In Luxembourg's version, "Be not sad, your Lord has made your delivery legitimate." And there are other examples. God's command to a skeptic in Arabic, "Look at your food and drink, look at your ass," becomes "Look at your condition, look at your overall state." At the end of the world, the earth steps forward in Arabic. In Syriac, the earth splits open.
The vagina is the equivalent to the cave of creation. The earth splits open and allows the Lord, the God, which is the penis, to enter and deposit his seed, which causes sacred orgasm. Mary, or Maya, is nothing but the equivalent of Venus, the goddess of orgasm, the grand prostitute. It gives you orgasm, the blessing with orgasm, and you give money to the gods. All the temples have that. So I was just expecting a big penis to get in there.
It happens in every religious text. It's all this confusion.
Luxembourg's references to paradise caused great offense. In the Iranian city of Isfahan, there's a 17th century palace built to represent the gates of heaven.
With beautiful gardens all over the place.
The cool greens of the gardens beyond express the longings of
The
Epicureans described in the Quran, along with flowing fountains and the favors of houris, usually
like
understood as wide-eyed
Hellenism.
virgins. One commentary, but not the Quran, even specifies numbers, 72 for each righteous man. But that...
Remember, 72 cants or grapes or vulvas for each righteous penis to give orgasm.
Doesn't sit well with 7 verses of the Quran that promise the righteous eternal contentment with their wives. Luxembourg believes he has resolved this contradiction.
72 virgins, right?
And the number 72 comes from Ptolemy Philadelphus in the Septuagint, written 700 years before.
For grapes.
There's one passage in the Quran dealing with the Houris, in which it says, وَزَوَجْنَاهُمْ بِحُورٍ عِينٍ. We have paired them with dark, wide-eyed maidens. That is the traditional understanding of this verse. If you put the dots on the undotted text a little bit differently, what comes out is, we will make you comfortable under white, crystal clear grapes.
See? That grapes are maidens.
This means a reward of grapes and not of 72 virgins in paradise. 72 virgins in paradise.
They don't know how to interpret this. You know what pussy is? A snatch, cunt. Okay, it's something like grapes, a fruit. The fruit. It's like, do you want to play with my flute? And I give you some good music? And I give you
the
some
German
good
study,
music?
as far as I'm concerned, is very Christian-centric. It's influenced by the way Bible has been researched and put together. Bible and the Quran are not the same.
The connection with Christian symbolism
Fairy tales are the
is
same,
so
though.
controversial to some. This 5th century mural in an Egyptian monastery depicts the archangels receiving souls. Archangels receiving souls. Each archangel holds a grape in one hand, and in the other cradles the departed souls, who are refreshed with bunches of grapes. Bunches of
There were many
grapes.
fruits in ancient times that make you see God, entheogens. And grape combined with some of them was the same thing, make you see God. Gives you orgasm when you penetrate the caves.
The grape motif is repeated in the vestments of the priests of the Syrian Orthodox
Yeah,
Church.
because you make wine with
Relating
grapes.
back to Christ's promise to his disciples at the Last Supper that he will not drink again of the fruit of the vine until he is reunited with them in his Father's kingdom.
Twist of Christ-psychosis. Yeah.
The ceremony is a mixture of Catholic tradition and shamanic ritual.
See? Entheogens.
At its heart is the Amazonian hallucinogen ayahuasca,
Oh boy.
known to the congregation as daime.
It's like peyote.
They
Navajo.
believe it's the blood of Christ.
Commissioned by the Egyptian ruler Ptolemy II to enrich the Library of Alexandria.
Yep.
It was a Greek translation of the Jewish sacred writings. This
Septuagint.
would make the writings accessible to scholars from around the world,
That's right.
as the Septuagint.
The story is that there were a group of Jewish sages living in Alexandria in Egypt who were commissioned independently to produce a Greek translation of the Hebrew Bible.
70.
All completed in a great council and compared them, and sure enough, they were all identical.
Yeah, exact.
Because they're
Lyric.
all identical, we know that the Septuagint must be inspired divinely.
It was
Ptolemy Philadelphus was great. Alexandria was the center of learning 2,300 years ago. And they, of course, drank and ingest sacraments to see God. All
that around the year 200 BC, Ptolemy commissioned 6 Jewish scholars from each of the 12 tribes of Israel, 72 translators in all, to undertake the great work, which is where the Septuagint gets its name.
There were 72 sages, although the Septuagint actually means 70. Easy number to remember.
72 grapes, cunt, snatches, 72 penises to do this and create sacred orgasm. Of course, 72 sages.
The story, however, may have actually been invented to bolster the claim that the Septuagint was the most authentic version of the Hebrew Bible at a time when there were several different editions in circulation.
There were 3 textual traditions: a Palestinian tradition, a Babylonian tradition, which evolved as today's traditional or Masoretic text, third Masoretic text tradition, separate from the other 2, which is represented by the Septuagint. None of
All these translations have a blood of a Christus and a penis and a cunt.
Religion is a disease.
Little girls subjected to circumcision.
Look at that. Look at that.
Believing God is a psychopathy. In truth today is believing penis and cunt with sacred sex. Watch it your own.